Welcome to this week's show. Hi, I'm your host, Denny Snyder, and you're watching USA Outback. With me is pro staffer Mark Zukowski, and we're down here in Central Florida hunting the Osceola turkey.
Beautiful.
What a fantastic hunt we had here today on your hunt, and I'm going to have a hunt out there too. We have a great show. We're going to do some fly fishing via seaplane, just like the Alaskan experience, except down here in Florida, we have some great turkey hunting action and a lot of other things that are going to make you want to come to Florida. We'll be right back after word from these sponsors.
Can't get him wound up yet. Let this fog burn off a little bit, warm up a little bit. I think we'll do a little bit better.
It was opening day for spring gobblers, and pro staffer Mark Zukowski and myself were hunting with outfitter Roger Cook in Central Florida. We heard a big gobbler at first light, but we're having some difficulty luring him away from his harem of hens. The key to successful turkey hunting is patience. Just because a bird doesn't immediately come running to your calls first thing in the morning doesn't mean he won't come check you out later. Curiosity does kill the cat, or in this case, we were hoping a big long-bearded gobbler.
Think about it. Yep. I thought for sure that bird this morning was going to come in. I was hoping he would. We got him pretty close, but that head cut us off, man. Definitely have a pecking order. Oh yeah. And he may not be at the top. The guy that we had over here in the corner was the top. I'll guarantee you. He'll be back. He's coming down the lane. Yeah. You see him? I see him now. Is he too far? Oh yeah, he's way too far. You see where my gun's pointed? See him? I see him. I can't get the camera on him though. If he comes over, I will. Is he still coming this way? Mm-hmm. As soon as you have a shot, take it. He comes down the edge of that line there. I'm going to get him, all right? He's gonna come out in the open down there. Yeah, dog.
Yeah, baby.
Florida Osceola. Come a long way to do this. All right.
First part of the World Slam, brother.
Let's go see what we got.
Night and hell, yeah, they work.
He was a sneaky bird. Oh, he'll do. He'll do just fine. He got a nice little...
First part of the World Slam, buddy.
He got a nice little beard on him. How far? 58 yards. I tell you, when you get them out in the sun like this, you can see all the different variations of the colors that are in the feathers here. Just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the iridescent colors back here and the wing feathers on the inside here with the greens and the pinks and the orange. Just absolutely fantastic. What a beautiful bird. He has a pretty nice beard on him. He's probably sporting maybe 9-10 inch beard on him. Pretty nice spurs, about 1 inch long spurs. Beautiful bird. First Osceola ever, first hunt ever. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic morning.
Don't go away, we have some more great turkey hunting action here on USA Outback.
Now it's time for the Lancaster Archery Supply Tech Tip with Rob Koffel.
You've got to see your target and your sight pins clearly in order to shoot well. Choose a sight based on the type of hunting you'll do most, either a multi-pin model with at least 5 pins or a movable sight. When tree stand hunting for whitetails, many shooters choose a pendulum sight or multi-pin model with up to 3 pins. And for ground blind hunting, base your decision on how far you plan to shoot. Longer shots require a movable or 5-pin sight. Shorter brushy areas favor a single or 3-pin sight. Quality sights feature bright fiber optic pins that vary from 19 to 40 thousandths of an inch. Use 19 for 3D, 29 and 40 for hunting. Because the larger and longer the fiber, the brighter the sight pin will be. Choose a sight with a round pin guard and center the circle in a large peep sight for perfect alignment every time. Many sights offer an optional blue or purple light that brighten the fiber optic pins, making them more visible and shots near dawn and dusk possible. Movable sights offer single or multiple pins that easily move down for shots at longer distances. Multiple pin sights offer 3 to 5 pins and should be set at 20, 30, and 40 yards and so on. Some top choices are Copper John's Dead Nuts, Spot Hog, Toxonics, and Impact sights. Pendulum sights work flawlessly when used from a tree stand on flat terrain. The sight self-adjusts to the shot angle down to your animal at any distance inside 30 yards. Used with caution on a hillside or creek bottom, as a shot uphill or downhill from your tree will cause you to hit high uphill or low downhill. Check out pendulum sights from Trophy Ridge, Savage, True Glow, and Keller. By choosing the right sight for your hunt this fall, you'll be able to make that once-in-a-lifetime shot. I'm Rob Koffold, and that's your Lancaster Archery Tech Tip of the Week.
Now it's time for Nightingale's Call of the Week with David Hale.
You know, one of the great things about a little push-pull is it can be a beginner's call as well as, hey, I've been in the business for 35, 40 years and it's still my favorite call, and I've seen every kind of turkey call up in the world. But there's a unique trick to it. As a beginner, yes, you can take it and you can pull it. Just a little bit of torque with your right hand on the paddle, or you can lift it off and get it a little bit quieter. But the ideal way to work the call is to take it in your right hand and your left hand and push it with your right hand. this lets the paddle float. There is some technique to it, but it is simple. It is an excellent call, and it'll make just about any kind of sound that a turkey will make except the gobble. A little thumb paddle for a cluck, a little more for a cut, and then you can even make the purr as aggressive as you might want it. Just do not pick it and up and do this number, because that's not the proper way. The proper way is to push it and let the paddle float.
Over 3.5 hours, including a special look back at the past 10 years of videos with commentary by Harold Knight and David Hale. The biggest bucks the Knight and Hale Ultimate Hunting Team has ever taken on tape. Ultimate Whitetail 10. Available at your better sporting goods stores.
This portion of USA Outback is brought to you by Matthews Solo Cam.
And we had success. We had to work, but that's what it's all about. It's never easy. No two birds are alike. Absolutely fantastic.
Well, the proof is in the pudding, buddy. We get to try out all these new calls.
The proof is right here in this brand new,
right,
fully functional Cabela's vest. All my calls. I got everything in here that I could possibly ever need. Lots of pockets. Worked out just great.
Carries that bird pretty nice too.
Sure does.
Hey, what I really like about the new vest is the fact that it has a thicker seat, because if you're not comfortable, you can't sit still.
That's right.
If you can't sit still, you're going to spook a bird.
It's tough to shoot turkeys if you're fidgeting.
I think our buddy Roger and Dwayne might have something else up here. I see them up here stopping glass in the field. And to be able to come down here on opening day, first time ever, and take an Osceola turkey, it's a beautiful thing.
Well, we got to give a lot of credit to our guides. You know, they
had the birds pegged.
They put us right on birds. I mean, first thing this morning we had birds gobbling to the left, right out front, to the right. We had some hens going. So it really pays to use a good outfitter. This is a real good example of what you call a dust bowl or strut zone. This is where Big Gobbler's been strutting around on the sand pile. You can see where his wings have been dragging, the different angles. Feather laying right in here. So you know he's in the area. We haven't found him yet. We'll keep looking. We also have right here next to the strut zone is a couple droppings. When you're walking through the woods or you're going down trails, make sure you pay attention. Look for the droppings, look for the tracks, look for the dust bowls, the strut zones, things like that. That'll let you know turkeys are in the area. And you work from there and see what you can come up with. So my tip of the week is pay attention when you're walking through the woods. You can learn a lot about turkeys just by looking on the ground.
The last hour, I too had a successful hunt, shooting a mature gobbler that was seduced out of the heavy cover with a Knight and Hale box call, combined with a hen and Jake decoy placed at the edge of a field.
How about those buckwing decoys?
How about it? He saw those decoys and sucked them right out into the open.
He was really nervous behind that bush. He wouldn't come out for a little bit. He blowed up just for a second, and then he come out. He seen them deeks, man. He stuck his head up. He's looking at them decoys like,
get these feathers out here.
Man, do I come out there or do I not come out there? You know?
Wait till you see.
Can you believe how close we walked right by him? He couldn't have been 10 yards inside that woodline.
Are you still filming?
Yeah.
Look at this. Tell me that's not a beautiful bird, man.
Let me zoom in a little bit on you.
That is a beautiful bird. My first Osceola.
Talk to me.
He's speechless.
You're speechless.
I'm speechless right now. I mean, to come into an area that you don't know, that's when you need a good guide, and we certainly had a good guide today. We're hunting with Roger Cook and our newfound friend Dwayne. These guys have been scouting the property. They put us on the birds. We thought we were going to have a Florida swamp hunt this afternoon, and the wind started picking up, so we thought, well, maybe the wind's bothering the birds a little bit, and we'll go out here and get along the edge of the field. And that's what we did, and we no sooner sat down and we heard him hammer. Hit him with a box call, and
you can thank your pro staffer with that sweet talking box call.
It's really nice that my buddy Mark finally said, yeah, I'll run the camera for you, buddy. So he ran the camera, and I finally actually get to shoot a turkey. Not a real long beard, but it's definitely a mature gobbler. Probably a 7 or 8 inch beard here. But these colors on the wings, just gorgeous, gorgeous bird. I can't say enough about it. Smile says it all, folks. I am a happy man. I love when I get to field test new products that work. And that's what we were doing here today. We were field testing the new mounting mechanism on the buckwing decoys. Worked great, a little bit of wind, had these decoys bebopping around a little bit. Gave him that lifelike appearance. And it certainly sucked him out of the forest for a clear shot. When you talk about lifelike decoys, look at the head of this gobbler and look at the head of this decoy. I mean, it does not get any closer as far as duplication goes. And that's certainly the last thing that gobbler will ever see. Originally, we thought that he might be coming out from over here to my left.
Right.
And as soon as he gobbled, I had to get the gun switched over to this way. And I no sooner than got situated, you're there, Denny, there he is.
I said he come out of the edge of the woods. There he is.
You can't fool around when you're getting set up, folks. And the mosquitoes were bad. We had that little thermocell unit. And
we got a couple of the palmettos, and we put them down in front of us to kind of break up our outline a little bit, which I think really helped a lot, because when he came out in the field, he focused in on the decoys and he didn't really even see us. So camouflage worked great, gun worked great.
3D seclusion.
We doubled up today. When you do that on
both
Osceola
on
turkeys,
camera.
How about that?
On public land.
Absolutely fantastic.
Now it's time for Making Sense Out of Sense with Don Bell, brought to you by Code Blue.
You know, a question that we get asked a lot in seminars is, hey Don, how much scent do you use? Well, it's a relevant question. When a deer urinates, it's going to urinate more than 1 ounce at a time. It's very common for a deer to urinate 16, 18 ounces at a time. But that doesn't mean you got to have 16, 18 bottles of urine to pour out at one time. As a general rule, there's a couple things that affects how much scent you need to use. Now, the first thing is heat. The weather overall affects everything that you do in hunting. The hotter it is, the more scent you're going to use. Give you an example. I live in Alabama, so if I'm using, say, estrus and I use urine, if I can smell it good, a buck can smell it great. You don't have to pour the entire bottle out at a time. But if you can smell it good, he can smell it great. So I use the same amount that I use in Alabama as I do, say, in Pennsylvania, but the difference is how long does it last? The hotter it is, the shorter scent will last. The colder it is, the longer it will last. True with urine or with gels, the same amount, the oxygen in the air ammoniates urine. Light, heat, and oxygen breaks urine down. So general rule is, use as much as you need to, no more than you have to, because it's expensive. But when you pour it out, if you can smell it good, he can smell it great. So remember this year, the hotter the weather, the more scent you need to use. The colder the weather, the less scent you need to use. Hey, this year, get you some scent, use it all season, be successful.
Code Blue introduces standing estrus. Each bottle is certified buck tested. This means a buck has already come to it, or was attempting to breed the doe from which we collected the urine. She stands. He attempts to breed. We bottle it. Standing estrus is the premium and most powerful peak estrus urine ever collected. The chase ends when the doe stands. Never before available. Supply is limited. Advance order your bottle today to ensure availability on September 1st, 2004.
He knows big bucks don't get fooled by accident. He knows that Code Blue is the only 1 deer to 1 bottle deer scent. Each bottle is numbered and contains the urine from 1 deer through our patented scientific process, giving that buck the actual scent of a single individual deer. Know the rush of a successful hunt. Know what he knows. Code Blue, from 1 deer to 1 bottle.
There's no better teacher than an actual hunting experience, being able to learn from your mistakes and applying them on your next hunt. Everybody needs an edge. That's what makes a great hunter. Mine has been the Walker's Game Ear, being able to hear better than I've ever heard before. So let the Walker's Game Ear give you the edge you need.
Walker's Game Ear, maker of the finest hearing protection for hunters. Hear like you've never heard before and protect from the harmful effects of muzzle blast.
Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter for hunting, fishing, and outdoor gear. Call us toll-free or shop online.
Secrets of the Pros is brought to you by Walker's Game Here.
This is a redneck GPS right here. Before GPSs were invented, this is what we used to get ourselves out of the deep swamps when we got in these heavy palmettos. This log used to lay up on top of that stump right there, and it was just a perfect arrow to point you back towards the truck. If you got in this area and you could find this point, you could always find your truck back before some of the vegetation was knocked down and things like that when we first started hunting in here. And we called it the arrow out of the swamp, so you could get yourself back out to the truck. Thanks to John Wilburn, he showed us our way around before GPSs ever come about.
Central Florida is also the home of the magnificent Box Sanctuary and Bell Tower, a national historic landmark that is worth a visit. Here's a sample. Our accommodations for our stay were at the luxurious gated community of Southern Dunes in Haynesville, which we highly recommend if you plan to travel to Central Florida.
Roger, we had a fantastic hunt this morning. I can't thank you enough, buddy.
You're more than welcome.
This kind of happened last minute with some of our plans, and I was just glad you could work us in, and we had a great hunt here this morning. And if you'd like to experience Osceola turkey hunting here in Florida, be sure and give our friend Roger a call. And always remember, let me try and talk without the turkey call. See, this is real TV, folks. Always remember, no matter whether you're hunting or fishing, your actions represent millions of other sportsmen out there with what you do. So always be an ethical sportsman. We'll see you next week right here on USA Outback.
For more information about USA Outback, visit our website. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the Outback.